Hey there, amazing people. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the no-dig method or the no-till method of gardening. I learned about this from Charles Dowding. He's got amazing videos on his site. I will show you a little of how I did the method. There are videos on other folks' channels as well. I think everybody does it slightly differently. With everything in gardening, you kind of adapt to your own flower bed, to your own style. So that's certainly what I did. However, I think I took a stab at this prior to watching fully Charles Dowding's videos. I'd seen it on someone else's channel and followed kind of their method. So he does a great job. If you want to see, how he does it, get his book. It's a great way to do it. I am prepping those beds for fall planting and very early spring planting because I am going to plant cool season flowers in my flower beds for next year, which I'm kind of excited about because I typically stop planting somewhere around July. I kind of am done for the season. I get to enjoy the late summer flowers into fall, and I kind of, look at getting bulbs for the spring. I've never actually planted specifically to get early spring blooms, and so I'm excited to try this. Now, this method I've gotten from Lisa Mason Ziegler, and she has said multiple times this is not something she created. It is just a thing you can do. So cool season hardy annuals you can plant in the fall so they can bloom early in the spring. They are a flower that likes the cooler weather. They thrive in cooler weather. So I'm going to be planting those, and I'll take you along for that journey. But today I want to show you just how I did the beds, created them. I laid the cardboard down, I put compost on top, and then mulch on top of that. And the purpose of the cardboard is to suppress the grass underneath. So I did not dig out the grass. I am just kind of smothering the grass out. And the reason you don't want to take out the grass is that you're then churning up the positive attributes of your soil. So you're really just smothering the grass and letting that kind of decompose and let the worms do their job. I'm sorry, there's some construction going on a couple of houses down, so you may hear the air compressor hammer the pneumatic nailer. Anyway, so I'm gonna try. There's a lot going on. There's an airplane, the nail gun. Just gonna give it a second. Okay. Now there's just hammering. All right. So the front flower bed that I created from scratch this year, I completely did that entire flower bed in the no-dig method. And I did the majority of it in May. So that piece I am covered, and I have edging around it until you're supposed to keep edging around it for approximately 3 months or more if you can. So I'm going to leave it. So I started the bed probably mid-May. I'm going to leave it until beginning to middle of September. The other portion I did more recently, so I'll show you that video, and I will leave the edging on that. Actually, some of it I don't have edging simply because I kind of ran out of pieces to put there. But somewhere around the end of September, if I can still dig, I shouldn't have a problem digging. I will use the edger, the half moon edger, and just edge the flower bed and create a live edge. And I will keep that going. I don't plan to edge the entire thing. I do plan to put metal edging between the sidewalk and the flower bed just to keep the mulch in and make sure things don't run off. And if I have to snow blow or shovel in the winter, I'm not hitting the flower bed. I'll know where it is because that metal edging is there. So between the sidewalk and the flower bed, I will have an edge, but the rest of the bed I plan on just doing a live edge. So the reason is a few things. One, it is much simpler to not dig up your grass. That was my goal. I didn't want to dig out all of that grass. There was a lot of it. Two, it is better for your soil to not dig up and disturb those microorganisms that are in the soil, the earthworms and other organisms that are working your soil. And three, you can plant right away. So if you use quality compost and you get your soil set up correctly, you can plant immediately in that soil. There's not a lot you have to do. So that is what I did. I got it set up. I actually put up my picket fence in between. It was kind of, we started it, I did the bed, we finished the pickets on the fence, and then I started planting in there. And it was a fairly quick and easy process. So I just wanted to share it with you. I'm going to take you through putting down the cardboard and the compost on top, mulching, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're about midway through the project. I have cow manure and compost mixture on both sides of the flower bed. I do need to come back with mulch. I do have mulch. I'm just gonna take a little break and come back and finish that up. All right, I am back. It's been a few days since the end of the project, and I did a quick little video of how it looks now. As you can see, I did move the little Henry Itea. I have not planted it anywhere yet, but I decided that is not the spot that I want it. I think it's going to go in the backyard, so I will figure out where that is. And so as it is the end of July, or towards the end of July, I am getting that bed ready to do some fall planting for some cool season crops. And I am following Charles Dowding's book, so I have that here, Organic Gardening. I'm trying to follow his guidance as best as possible. But because I am planting cool season flowers, I am also trying to follow Lisa Mason-Ziegler's recommendations on planting those. So I will do a separate video. I'm getting ready to, I have a plan, and I'm getting ready to start sowing those seeds indoors. So I will bring you along for that. I'm excited. But so far, I do need to add some additional compost to each of those beds before I plant and prep. So one side I am going to plant my fall crops, and the other one I'm going to prep for very early spring. So I plan on planting in that other bed in March. So I need to get it ready just in case there's still snow on the ground. I don't want it super wet. So I do need to add more compost to that one in the lines, in the beds that I want to actually plant my transplants in, and cover it with landscape fabric or possibly a tarp, and get it ready so I can just remove that tarp if there's snow, and kind of sweep it off and get ready to plant in there. So that is the plan for that bed. So to recap, I put down the cardboard, and then I added compost manure mixture, and then I mulched on top of that, and I've left it like that for now, and I will take you along as I get the beds ready to plant in, but they're pretty much ready to go. I could plant in them right now. I feel like the right side flower bed, I didn't add as much compost as the left side. The right side is a little bit bigger. So I want to add a little more before I actually plant anything in there. All right, that was my no-dig experiment. The rest of that front flower bed was also done with a no-dig method. I believe I used more compost though when I did that. I added garden soil and then compost and then the mulch on top of that, and then planted directly. And these buds were done later. I think I explained that earlier. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.